Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Florida Gators. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Mustangs will kick it away to start us off. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. So Florida's offense will go on the attack first. Out of the gun, the running back has it. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
Smith wants to throw. Pulls it in. It's ball. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Guys, let's chat about Florida. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a four-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Clark. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gator!
Man, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Mustangs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of
just broke the tackle and still on his feet. There he goes. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Might as well try to punch them while they're reeling. You get one huge play to set it up. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the... There he goes. Ripping through the defense. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Oh, it's a fumble. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on.
Touchdown, SMU! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
defenses at some point are going to have to figure out how to slow this guy down because he already has 3 receiving touchdowns. We're only 4 games into the season. Nobody has an answer for this guy.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll send the back in motion. Looking for space. It's Richard. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Smith dropping to pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Dumps it off in the flat. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw. And you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for it.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the back. Makes the catch. It's ball. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. A solid. On that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Hand off from the shotgun. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. The sure hands, it's Brown. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. From the gun, the running back has it. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Singleton. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Got the quick pass. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. The Mustangs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They'll leave it with the lone back. Great move. Now he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground here. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
And the Mustangs are marching down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
But how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's, instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. The Mustangs send out the punt unit. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you're going to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. Turns it on midfield. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
Now, how does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. And the Gators kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Smith wants to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Handoff from the gun. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Off the play fake on first down. Wants to throw. Looking for the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it on the outside. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And that has got to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no way the receiver should have been allowed to be that open deep down the field. Somebody on defense blew their assignment.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Finds his man. It's Johnson. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. The screen, and watch out. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The defense is going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And here in the 2nd quarter, we remain all knotted up.
And that hurts, missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Smith dropping to pass. Throws to the tight end. Finds space on the right. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Off the play fake on first down. He slings it deep to the left. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got.
The Gators will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect.
Breaks into the open. Past the 50. At the 30. He's at the touchdown Mustangs. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one.
He's got it out. Out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and that's why you spend plenty of time on kickoff return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. This offense has it with really good field position. Takes the handoff. It's ball. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Smith wants to throw. They're setting up the screen. Across the 25. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Wants to go up top on first down. Forced out of the pocket. Got his man. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback keeper. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. Getting behind those pads and behind the stiff arm to get it out to the 27. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Knight. Turning it on. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. And the Mustangs moving quickly to the line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll give it to Johnson. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the ground with the back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The play action fake. Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, SMU! And they take it in for 6 more points. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing.
The extra point is blocked. Picks it up, that's a live ball. They march 79 yards on the drive. And then to deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And here's the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. The give to the tailback. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Hey, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Smith dropping to pass. Makes the grab. It's Brown. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they're ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
This should be the last play of the quarter. They'll go to the ground. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win it.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back gets to give. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
There he goes. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Gators with the 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun to give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Gators will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but you've got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Mustangs will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Slips through the line. Touchdown, Gator! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time.
And you needed a big play in the fourth quarter. Who's going to come through? How about the special teams unit tying this football game?
And this team knew how dangerous this guy was returning the ball. They did not want to punt to him very often, but that time, not enough hang time, cover guys not getting downfield quick enough. You just got to make one guy miss, and then he is off to the races all the way for a touchdown.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. On the option. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Back to pass. Makes the catch. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the fourth, and the brain trust will go to work. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Cooper. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking downfield on first down. They've got the screen set up. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Just keep slinging it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Moore. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Wide open downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Caught over the middle. It's Moore. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This crowd on hinge, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Fires to the right. Touchdown Mustangs! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring a touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
Trying to pound it in. Couldn't make his way in. The 2-point conversion fails, and we still have a 5-point game here in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Into the end zone, the 2-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Bringing it out. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. His drive will open from the 15. They'll start this drive going to the air. Unloads to the right. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's 2nd down. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Here's a heat. Oh, and they get to him. Had a chance for an all-time finish, but the defense put a stop to it, and that's the final play of the game. It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great